The hotspot continues. We are here in Harmon. You are out there all over the world. We're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, and we're on KUM TV 8 Live. Joining me now are UOG Managing Director of UOG Press, Victoria Lola Leon Guerrero, and Via Defant, the Marketing Communications Coordinator, who are here to bring us up to speed on what's the latest happening with UOG Press. Ladies, half a day.
Half a day.
Via, welcome to the set.
Thank you. Yes, my first time.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
and Vicky, welcome back. It's been forever since I've been able to have the pleasure of interviewing you.
I know, and in person.
I know, so good to see you.
You too.
And really, really glad to have you guys here because we're dealing with a critical issue that affects our island community and everything. And you guys are actually undertaking this and giving youth the chance to raise their voice and hopefully really drive down the suicide problem we have on Guam.
Yeah, so UOG Press launched the Your Art Matters program after a publication we put out at the end of last year called Dry Nights. It's this beautiful poetry collection by author Pep Borja. And some of the pieces, talk about suicide, and one of a really powerful piece in the collection is called Billy, and it's about a friend he knew who had died from suicide. And so we thought, gosh, how incredible would it be to create more outlets for young people to express themselves, and we really see that art in all its forms is really an opportunity for people who may be struggling to have an outlet, right? But then it also gives others hope, right? And it gives others something to see and be inspired by. So
sure, the product of your own expression may actually affect somebody in a profound way, someone you'd never meet otherwise.
Exactly. So yeah, so Via's actually been working on some workshops.
Okay, so please tell me all about those.
So we partnered with Guam Focus on Life, and they were very generous in helping us provide resources for anyone interested in being part of these writing workshops. We had a film workshop. We also had a collage workshop with one of our artists, Constance Sartor. So we just got to work with all these amazing local artists and connect them with, young people who are interested in expressing themselves through their own medium. And it was an honor to provide these opportunities.
Okay, two key words there I'd like you to kind of clarify for us,
sure.
Via. Young people?
Yes.
What age range are we talking about? And then when you say medium?
Sure. So
because art is so broad and there's so much talent on Guam.
Yeah. So I'm glad that you brought that up because it's targeted. The contest itself is targeted towards youths ages 15 to 24.
So even up to college age.
Yes, but actually our workshop also we opened it up to people who fall outside of that age range, and we had younger interested individuals and then older ones too, and it just kind of showed that this is really a universal issue. But we did want to target our young people because they are the highest at risk for suicide, and we wanted to show them that they're young but they have a voice and they have a lot to offer regardless of how old they are.
Sure. And art, and you talk about giving people a voice, art is subjective. Art is very, very individual. It's very unique and everything. Some people are better with the written word. Other people can draw. Some people might, they want to record a podcast and just get it out that way. So what forms are you accepting?
So we have 5 categories. We have poetry, prose, illustration, photography, and film. And they are a bit broad because we want to give our submitters a chance to to show what art they are using and how it is to them, how it's art to them. Yeah, so those are the 5 categories that our young people can choose from for submitting and potentially win something.
Now, Vicky, as long as you've been involved with UOG Press, and how long have you been doing this project now?
So we revived the press in June 2015, so 7 years.
7 years, lucky number 7. And maybe incredibly fitting because I would probably dare say, you've done so many wonderful projects which have so much bearing on who we are as a people, where we came from, where we're going. This is a very, very real problem, and this is probably maybe your most important work to date.
Absolutely, and really what we will be dedicating a lot of the next couple years to how do we empower youth through literature, through especially cultural literature. And so I feel like this project is a great jump start into a lot of initiatives that we have coming where we're hoping to distribute our books in every village and with community organizations that work with youth, because we really see them as a way to engage people in not just who we are, as a community, but also who they are individually. How does that connect to them? How do these stories that are shared connect to their own stories? And so yeah, it's really exciting to also be at a place where we have such tremendous resources, such beautiful books, and now the idea that they're going to get out into the community really makes me happy and excited for the future.
Okay, now I must ask, because I was that shy, introverted little kid, right? That I said, I can write a little bit, but I'm no Hemingway. Or, I can doodle a little bit, but, like I'm no Walt Disney, I'm no Charles Schultz, like anything like that. To kind of get those kids, give them the confidence they need and stress the importance of this project and everything like that, what would you say to them, like right now, if they're watching or their teachers, and just say, this is important that you get involved in this because this affects each and every one of us?
Yeah, so exactly what the program's called, Your Art Matters, right? This idea that everybody has a unique voice and that is what makes them important. And this is an opportunity to use your voice in a creative way to, educate our community or inform our community about something that's really affecting us, but also, like I said, inspire others to live another day and create something new. And so, yeah, the Your Art Matters contest actually ends May 1st. So we're calling, as Via said, on youth ages 15 through 24 to submit, like she said, any writing, either poetry or prose, photography, illustration, or video. And, the prize is $100 for the winner, but also we were going to be offering opportunities to intern at the press, to work on, we are going to be working on a documentary about suicide that's inspired by a short film we did called Dry Nights, inspired by the film. And so, we would like to be able to feature this artwork in the documentary. And then Via's been partnering with Focus on Life, so maybe she can say a little bit about their art show.
Yeah, they have, they're going to be having an art exhibit. Oh, I'm sorry. Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness is having a fair on May 14th. And they kindly offered us a space on the second floor of a Gagnon Shopping Center for all our submitters to showcase their artwork and hopefully have a reading also of those who have a written piece. And it'll be just such an awesome time.
And I like, and I appreciate, Vicky, how you brought up, there is a monetary benefit for those, and there are internship benefits, so you could actually take the gift that you have and the voice that you have either been honing for years or maybe just discovered and go on to bigger and better things. But the impact you make on our community, and especially for those who are suffering, a very silent, very personal, seemingly very bleak pain, the impact is immeasurable.
It is, absolutely. And I think, really understanding that these issues that our community is struggling with, whether it be, our high suicide rates, our high rates of sexual violence and domestic abuse, and our high rates of, alcoholism and drug use, all of these are issues that we will only solve if we do that together, that we recognize that all of these indicate our people are hurting and they're suffering, and we need to be able to create spaces for people to engage with each other more deeply, more honestly. And we see that literature and art can be a beginning of that, right? But like I said, how do we take these pieces of literature and artwork and allow them to then open up bigger conversations, right? So my hope is that someone will go to this art show and see an art piece and have a conversation with a loved one about what it meant to them, and kind of be able to engage on a level where they don't feel so alone, or they can start to talk about these issues, because I think a lot of these issues are shrouded in silence. And so that's kind of one of the most exciting things about being a publisher, is really knowing that we're creating spaces for people to share where they never were able to before.
And you guys are actually giving young people the direct ability to put into practice an application of Inafa Maulik, taking care of your neighbors. Because we're hospitable to tourists and we love doing that. That's who we are. And if somebody has a fiesta, you bring food over there. But it's taking care of people when they're also suffering and when they're sick and when they're hurting too, and we lift them up.
Absolutely. And so if people wanted to see the film Dry Nights or purchase the book that inspired this project, it's available on our website, uogpress.com. The film is like a $5 rental. It's really gorgeous, and the book itself, I think it's really empowering to read, a Chamorro Mel's perspective on issues of like love and addiction and regret and, painful topics written about so beautifully. So
wonderful.
I hope that people will check out all of our books. But also, if you wanted to see what inspired this initiative.
Okay, well, Via, we've only got 15 seconds, but I'd like to give you the final word since you are our first-time guest. What is there an Instagram account where people can check you out or like send DMs if they have any questions?
Yes, so any questions can be directed to UOG Press on Instagram and on Facebook. It's a quick Google search. We're easy to find. So any information or questions you may have to share can be sent through our DMs there.
All right, using the wonderful power of art to help and heal people. Thank you very much, ladies. Vicky, Lola Leonguro, and Via, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, stay tuned because Hotspot continues after this.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.